Bannerlord can be a brutally hard game. Often you're outnumbered and massive armies march against you. Well, in this new series, we're going to work together, friends. What I want you to do is send me your difficult situations that you're either currently encountering in Bannerlord in your campaign, or something that you've dealt with in the past where you were just unable to solve it. I will do my very best to handle these difficult situations. I will share the results on YouTube, provided they have some kind of educational value for people. We will take on these difficult challenges, do some battlefield analysis, and hopefully help you turn around a very, very difficult battle. So join me on this adventure. Please send me your difficult situations. Have a little patience. I don't know how many there are going to be, but I'm willing to take these challenges on for you fellas as we handle your disasters of war. Alright friends, welcome back again to another episode of Tactical Enlightenment. Our YouTube channel is dedicated to all things Bannerlord related, and welcome back again to one of our episodes, Disasters of War. Now this episode today is submitted by a frequent patron of the channel, Comet Royal. We're going to take a look at this scenario. We will let the auto-resolve fight this battle, and then we will try to make improvements on it, as this entire series is a collaborative effort between you folks and myself, sometimes even people on the channel. They have suggestions for videos, and we'll try to navigate these difficult situations in a combined manner. Now, I'll put up the email here that says, the scenario itself has attacked me by an Aserai force. As you can see, outnumbered about 2 to 1. There's a large Khazate army attacking my town, and my army is mainly recruited from the surrounding villages with some high-tiered troops. My companions are still low level, and my main character is mid-tier. Now, let me take a look real quick at the character here. Very viable character, really good character spec, really pushing the medicine skill. Love to see that. Let's go ahead and see what this battle looks like. We can get a little bit of a troop makeup here. You can see very, very heavy infantry, 250 out of 370 troops. It's about 2/3 infantry, and then we'll hold down the little, whoops, not the email button. I don't need fucking email, thank you. We'll hold down the halt button here, and we can see right at the top a lot of volunteers. That's not good, right? They have no armor, no shields. I see some Fiend Champs and some Cons Guards, some Dark Hands, but overall that's problematic. And you're facing an Aserai force, or we're facing an Aserai force in this situation that looks very powerful. My gut instinct, just looking at the enemy makeup here, 55 Master Archers, 36 Palace Guards, etc. And we have a bunch of volunteers, is that this is an unwinnable battle. That's it. Let's go ahead and see if we can glean any landscape advantages from this. We'll use the RTS mode for this entire series, at least in scenarios where I'm uncertain whether or not this is a possible victory at all. So we'll engage the auto control here, the sergeant's in charge. I'll put the phone down here and we'll do a little bit of analysis of what's going on. Now, of course, the AI is making a disastrous decision here, and what I mean by the AI is under control of our units here, charging the Aserai forces here almost every time. In Bannerlord, that you have the ability to play defense from the outset, you should do so. And generally, how I relate that to you folks is, here's how Bannerlord basically breaks down. If you outnumber the enemy, you should be able to crush them, right? Unless they have far superior troops. If they outnumber you, they're going to charge you, which means you'll be able to play defensively. In this case, the AI really is doing about the worst thing you could do with your horse archers here. They're now pinned between the Aserai horse archers. The enemy has tons of archers just scorching the Cons Guards. Actually, now it looks like the Aserai, it's like they're like, oh shit, that's all they got. We can go ahead and charge here. And indeed, they are starting to get more aggressive. The AI here defensively is doing a pretty decent job of skirmishing. They're bringing up archers. It looks like Comet's army is charging here. And again, we talked about it. The aforementioned peasants are now running forward. A whole bunch of Batanian volunteers. The Aserai force has palace guards and elite infantry. And the screen just flushes unbelievably red as they get massacred. Now, it does look like Comet's army has some nice archers here. I see Fiend Champs. I see, you know, at least some valuable assets here that maybe we can pull out a miracle here. But again, my initial reaction here, using just my thousands of hours of Bannerlord, is that this is an unwinnable battle. This is about all you need to see, right? Is not even getting close to a 1-to-1 kill ratio, and the enemy still has 600 troops. So let's reload this and see if we can't at least better this and show some tactics that might help you in a similar situation. As they split our skull. All right, some quick editing, hopefully on your end. That's very quickly here. We'll try this again. Achievements are still disabled. That's not too much of a problem here. And I want to show this part here, right? The very important part I've noticed, Comet's character. There's not a lot of banners we can adjust, right? Increased mount movement, that's not really going to benefit us much. There's not a lot of armor changes we could make with her character. However, you do have an upgrade you can make, Comet, and a lot of times this sort of slips under the radar, right? You're looking at all your different stuff. Look at this, legendary step arrows. You get way more damage and you actually get more arrows, right? So we're going to add that to her. I notice we can't actually change the characters here, so she must be using some mod that I'm not using. Some of the functionality here is different from probably a mod that Comet has loaded. Now again, just to reemphasize, this Asteroid Force is incredibly powerful. You know, just a huge amount of very high-end archers, horse archers, the high-end veteran Mamluk Guard, Asteroid Vanguard Ferris, and it's a very balanced army, right? So not only are we really outgunned here, we're outbalanced, we're out everything here. So we're really going to have to come up with ideal tactics here to succeed. Now this back area I'm going to use, we're essentially going to try to ambush the enemy with our horse archers, but we're going to use this lower area here. I think this is our only hope at victory, this bit of a peekaboo ridge. If we can tuck our units underneath this little knotty hill, they will then come over, be forced to get close to us, at which point we can use our archers and horse archers in concentration, and it may just be enough. Now we'll do a little division of units here. A lot of times I have to get in here and adjust people's games just because my setup, the traditional setup I use, is so ingrained to me that if I push the 4 button, I know it's my best archer division, etc. This will be our infantry captain, right? A nice list of perks, one-handed. This guy here, I'm looking at his stats, and you know what he's probably best for? He's probably best for the horse archers, right? He adds polearm, and look at the middle there. Look at some of those perks, right? Additional bow skill, that's going to be beneficial. Compared to Comet, he's just simply going to be a better overall leader of that horse archer division. So I've mentioned it all the time, right? Your captains are critical. We'll put him in charge of the 7th. Let's see, this guy can go in 2nd. Doesn't matter too much here, although I want this other gal. She's the better archer captain. These can't make the difference, right? If we win this battle by 10 troops, this will be the difference. We'll do 2 infantry divisions. I'm actually going to do 3 infantry divisions. So we'll do a shield and strong division towards the front. You want to have a movable shield division. And then the 2 divisions in the back, I guess, are basically shock troop divisions, even though they're peasants, right? A lot of these guys don't have armor. They don't have a shield. And we're facing, in this case, a ranged heavy army. It's essentially a worst case scenario. We do have that little reverse slope decline area. If we can tuck in there and get our units protected, there's a chance that'll work. There's some javelins in there, some good infantry in the 1st division, but frankly, I'm hiding this 3rd and 6th division because it's all peasants. It's all recruits. 4th Archer Division. Comet. So Comet can be in charge of the 3rd or 6th, right? It makes sense actually the 3rd. They can be the higher power of the 2 shock troop divisions. That way at least they move quickly and close to combat. Now, classic Peekaboo Ridge and Rush here. The difference between the 2, the Peekaboo Rush is typically against a ranged heavy army, kind of like we're facing, but a Peekaboo Rush is essential if you have mostly infantry. You're not shooting the enemy, you want them to get close to you. If you don't have archers to fight a ranged battle like this, and we're clearly outgunned on a range level, you got to make them come close so at least your peasants can swing their little sickle at the enemy's head, right? We want our shields towards the front, because the enemy infantry is definitely, cavalry is definitely going to attack us here. And then the 3rd, 6th, let's put the archers behind here too. Let's just tighten everybody up here. And the reason the cons guards are way behind us here, the horse archer division, is that I don't want the enemy skirmishing with us at range. What I'm actually doing here to describe this is I want to make the enemy come to us. And I'll try to show you kind of what that looks like from the AI's perspective. If they can't see you at all and they have ranged units, they have no choice but to come over that hill. Even if that means... we got this noble gal. Get out of here. Oh, shit. Even if that means coming over with horse archers and shooting down, right? That's still a net benefit to us. So let me... The enemy horse archers are coming here. Let me show you this. This is what they see. They can't see shit. Can't see, can't see, can't see. Now all of a sudden they see a whole bunch of, hopefully, very deadly shock troops and stuff like that. In fact, just like this gal here, she just got stuck and she got annihilated, right? Because she got stuck in a huge, thick mass of infantry. That is our only hope here. Now, they still have better infantry than us, right? So this, ordinarily, this is just not a thing. You're not going to win this kind of a battle, and I don't have high hopes here. Very, very difficult situation. All right, so their horse archers are coming up, and we're going to be a little bit conservative with our ammo, but we also can't let them just shoot us to pieces. So a little bit of oscillation of our fire and fire at will. You're essentially waiting for a significant portion of them to be on that ridge. And again, the reason the horse archers aren't here is I want that enemy to commit. I think if I bring them up, the enemy will simply shoot at them at range, and this battle will go south in a hurry. And the infantry, I'm just going to continue to charge and pull back. Right? These guys are getting blue-balled. We're sending them in there, charge, and pull back. Because, of course, if we shoot over that ridge, the archer's getting kind of shot to pieces here. If we run over that ridge, we're going to get scorched, right? This is a classic situation where the ridge is everything. The only reason we have a chance to win here is that ridge. If this was purely open field, 0% chance of winning. You can't win at range. Oh, shit. That guy did a huge amount of damage to me. You fucker. At least he paid for it. And again, this movable shield wall is going to be critical. If they start bringing up horse archers to the side, we'll adjust, right? We'll simply move it to wherever they are. It's not super effective. I've got 4 or 5 cavalry. Oh, shit. Charge. They're pouring over a huge amount of heavy cavalry here. It's an optimal situation for us. Try to kill these guys quickly and bring these horse archers in. Look at their units are jammed up on the top of that hill. Our archers are working. Our shock troops, even our little scrubby Battanian volunteers are wailing away with their hammers. And the death spam looks terrific. Getting slapped around like a bitch. Now we've got our horse archers up here, and this is what I was waiting for the enemy to commit on some level. Now that they've committed, those horse archers can stay right there. I think we've killed enough of their horse archers and do a little reset here that we can now at least start to joust at range. Again, I mentioned it before, fighting the enemy in detail. That's so important in a battle like this. We can't fight their whole army at the same time. Indeed, if they just simply charged over with all their units, literally F1, F3 with hold fire, they probably win, right? Because their archers would come up, every single unit would come up. We might be able to jam the top of the ridge here if they only attacked in melee. But them fighting kind of half their army at a time here, right? The rest of their archers are back there sort of peppering us. That's given us an advantage here we must seize. Now the horse archers, the cons guards especially, have a huge amount of ammo, so I don't mind them being open fired. You can see what they're shooting out there, right? There's a whole bunch of horse archers and other units on the enemy's right flank, our left flank. Add my little arrows here to the mix. And the death spam continues to look good, right? I'm looking up at the power bar. For this series, of course, unlike the Valandian campaign, we're not going to be deleting the power bar. We're going to be keeping you guys in the know. Occasionally, we may even access the little scoreboard so that you can tell, kill ratios and stuff like that. Now, so far, really good, right? The enemy has a huge amount of high-end archers, master archers, and stuff like that. But we've put a big dent into their force, and critically, we've killed a lot of their horse archers. The skirmish continues, too. As long as the spam, the death spam in the upper right looks like that, don't change a thing, right? That is your scorecard on what you're doing tactically. If there's a problem or if what you're doing is working, it's clearly working. Okay, archers are starting to move up. The enemy's going to start to commit the bulk of their forces soon. Let's see. We're gonna have to charge those archers at some point. I don't mean now. I mean when they come up. When they start shooting over the top of this ridge, we're gonna charge with infantry, and then I'm gonna try to flank them with Khan's guards. Right? They're starting to charge here. Forma! Oh, ooh, ah. Kill that guy. Their commander is right there. Okay, here come their infantry. Now, once their infantry commit to the top of the ridge here, this is where we want to start to charge. Right there. Look at how bottled up they are there. And have these guys unleashed. The 3rd and 6th Division, these peasants can now be told to charge. The enemy's now bottled in at the top of the hill. Look at that. That's beautiful. They can't really attack. They're being shot in the face by me and Khan's guards. Little tiny volunteers are in there swinging their swords. The 1st Division is still holding, you know, a nice little shield in there as well. It's very bloody, but that looks good. As long as their archers can't get line of sight here, we're in good shape. Come on, boys, fight. This is such a great situation. That looks good. Let's help this left side here. Now, I can drag the Khan's guards over on this left side and try to flank the enemy. In fact, if their archers don't come up, we may do that, especially if they come to the top of the hill. The cavalry's taking a beating in here. Our lines are holding, but barely. Right? There's a nice thick mass of green troops here, sort of fighting. I see archers coming. Okay, if we approach there, it'll be a frontal assault. We've got the ridge here. Let's attack those archers from the flank. Let's come around our our left side here and sweep in on the archers. If they back up, we'll simply drive our troops back into this infantry from behind. See what they do. Shit, they are kind of backing up. All right, so Khan's guards are with me. Let's stay right here at the edge of this. Fuck, these guys are getting angles on us. All right, let's charge with the horse archers up here. If we can get horse archers to make these guys scatter, trample some of these guys just like this. Our infantry lines are doing good. I see green death spam. Now we just got to track down this huge amount of archers. I got horse archers behind me, and you just charge here, right? There's no mercy. Okay, let's get these archers moved up manually as well. The 4th Division still has ammo. We can fucking win this shit. Let's go. Come on. If at first you don't succeed, try again. God damn it. I'm getting jammed up on stuff. This is where you want speed. You don't even want to run through the enemy troops. I just want the Khan's guards driving through here, knocking their archers around. And that's exactly what they're doing. Meanwhile, our infantry's trickling up. I see infantry. Archers should be up here shooting soon. This looks good. Infantry's pouring in. They still have a lot of archers here. We're going to get shot off our horse eventually, but this looks great. I think we're winning this battle. Come on, charge. Yeah, see, they run like the fucking wrong way. This is really an instance where you want to carry your units. They're fucking running. They like roared and they ran to the back of the map. It's like, no, you dipshits, over here. It really is awful sometimes how lost units seem to get on the battlefield. Get over here, cavalry. I don't even know where they ran. They're like ran to the other side of the map. Sweep through here, right on. Shit. Okay, we're down on that character. What do we got here? We got an archer with a spear. We're definitely in F1, F3 territory at this battle. We're down to the nitty-gritty here. I got a spear. Let's just spear some of these guys. I hit him for one and killed him. All right, at least we're on a horse here. Let's spear some of these. We don't even have a shield. Got a bob and weave right into the face of the master archer. And we got this shit. It's very close, but we got it. We got Khan's guards going crazy. Infantry is up on their archers. This guy's routing. Let's teach him a good lesson. And ecstasy. Now, I kind of alluded to it. I try not to tell you folks at the beginning, just in case it sort of, I don't know, changes your perspective on the battle here. Have one up the ass and we'll catch another one of those. So this was our 4th attempt at this battle. We will do that sometimes for this series, and I don't think I'm going to include, I might include the second one. That was sort of an interesting skirmish where we used some shields to advantage, but I try to keep these episodes both expeditious and relevant, right? If we're showing tactics that are sort of effective, and then we have a battle like this where the tactics were highly effective, I think we'll just skip over, the lukewarm pizza, right? We're going to give you guys good pizza straight from the oven, fresh and hot, and hopefully the tools and tactics you guys and gals need to have this kind of success in your game. So I thought this was an unwinnable battle, but I'm a stubborn old fuck. I'm like 50. I'm an alpha male. I don't give up easy. It took 4 tries. We learned a little bit in between these battles, and ultimately we come up with the victory here in a very difficult situation. I wanted to say an impossible situation, but obviously it's possible. Right? A little bit of peekaboo ridge, some good timing on a charge with cons guards, stacked up their infantry beautifully here, and made a giant carcass pile of orange and green units here. All right. That's sort of an exhaustive series of battles for me. I'm a little hoarse for narrating for over an hour, so I'm going to take a little bit of a break here. We're going to wrap this episode up, but again, I appreciate you folks, and you want to continue to submit these for our channel for future episodes. If you've got a difficult challenge, if you've got a difficult campaign, send it to me, right? I can't do them all, and I must say I have turned down some recent save game files because they were too easy or they were redundant. Every once in a while, of course, we have to turn one down. That's just impossible. But I will certainly take a look. I will say, please don't send in your 57 mod save files. It's just so difficult to align the mods here. I don't think Comet wants this save game, but I think we'll send it to her anyways. Do some very light prisoner work here, collect some equipment, and move along here on this Disaster of Wars series. Again, I appreciate you folks. This series getting some graphical, I don't know what that was all about. I apologize for that. This series has been a lot of fun for me. The challenge is great. It's definitely, keeps Bannerlord fresh for sure. I appreciate you folks as one of our armies runs off here. I got some weird shit going on at the end of this episode, but we don't have to worry about it. All right, friends. Thanks again for watching. Hit that like button on the way out. Please subscribe if you want to see more. Of course, you hit notifications. You'll definitely see when new episodes come out. And with all that said, I will see you and Comet and all you friends next time.